So you think everyone is on a diet these days? Think again. Comfort food is what people really crave, and it's making a comeback. Take mac and cheese, for example. The high-calorie classic is now served in some high-end Manhattan restaurants and fast food outlets like Sonic. So joining us is my favorite, Paula Dean, the queen of Southern cuisine and comfort food. And her new book, Christmas with Paula Dean, is full of holiday recipes and stories perfect for this season. Welcome, Paula.
We're very excited to have you here, Paula.
God, I'm so excited to be here.
You had no idea.
Y'all are so young and pretty, and I didn't know y'all hung out in a bar.
Well, now you know. So, Paula, and by the way, you're very pretty too. I don't know your age, but you are very pretty. 29. I was going to guess 31, but I didn't want to over. I'm glad I didn't. So, Paula, talk to us first off. You're a great entrepreneur. You got books, you got magazines, but I want to back up and know how you actually got started. Tracy was saying something about you.
Do you have time?
That's it. We got time. We got
because you have a
4
great
minutes.
story.
I start my business. Okay, here's the skinny.
This is great.
I started my business 18 years ago. I had $200 that my husband at the time, my children's father, gave me to start this little business that I had dreamed up called the Bag Lady. I made sandwiches. When I first started, I just made sandwiches. The Bag Lady. And I pimped my children out on the streets to sell these
They had to deliver them and stuff. Right, I've seen this.
Because I didn't have time
children.
to... No.
I worked for my father very hard.
I should start pimping out mine. How old were they when you pimped them out? I should get mine
like
working.
19 and 21.
Oh, mine are too young.
Last time I went home, I totally pulled out a pipe. We did this whole bunch of plumbing. My dad still works.
That's why we have y'all.
Right.
So from the store, how did you land on the Food Network?
Well, I eventually went into the restaurant business, and I was located in downtown Savannah on Congress Street when this wonderful young woman that lived in New York moved to Savannah to start a new business called Harry Barker's. Her name is Carol Perkins, and she was a Victoria's Secret model here in New York. Well,
Can you guys run some Victoria's Secret footage real quick?
She didn't eat this.
No, she didn't eat this. Although Carol's got a pretty good appetite. But Gordon Elliott was one of her closest friends up here. You know, she kind of traveled in that circle, in the business circle. And she said, my buddy is coming to Charleston to film a Door Knock Dinner show. And she said, Paul, I really want him to meet you and you to meet him. So I said, sure, thought no more about it. Sure enough, the next week she called and in burst Gordon Elliott through my doors. Wow. This big old Australian with these big old feet and this big old booming voice. And it was like love at first sight for the two of us. So after I visited on his show a couple of times, he said, Paula, you know, I really feel like there's a place for you on Food Network. So he started working on getting Food
Excellent.
Network.
What did you bring for us, by the way? I gotta get my hands
Oh my goodness. Listen,
is...
y'all, this is the sweetest little book. Oh, I just love it. And you
Christmas with Paula Dean.
Yes. Every Christmas, you know, I have to remember, well, now, what book is this in and what book is this in? I did a compilation of all the recipes that I love it.
But how come, Paula, you have done so well with all these fabulous comfort foods when everybody else in the world seems to be dieting? And yet, no, everyone is still eating this stuff. How come?
All things in moderation.
Because, yes, you have to be responsible for yourself, number one. And you have to do things in moderation.
Because you are an empire, just among yourself.
When was the last time you had mac and cheese?
Thanksgiving Day.
I had some on Friday. I made it myself. I did that. I made it scratch.
My kids eat it.
I cooked macaroni, 4 different cheeses.
You go.
Baked it
all right, tell us what you have, because it looks divine.
Well, on the table today, I've got all sweets because, you know, this is great for gift giving. I've got my Savannah bow ties.
Of course.
To me, this is just one of the ultimate cookies.
That was delicious, by the way.
Oh, well, honey, this, you have to dip it.
Oh, nobody told me. Oh, it's even better now.
This is the ultimate cookie.
Oh, my goodness.
And it has almond paste. It has almond paste wrapped up in that puff pastry. And look at this right here. Oh, my goodness. This is kind of a cross. This is kind of a cross between pralines and fudge.
I had no idea.
Now, this is called chocolate brittle.
Yeah.
And you can make this in about 8 minutes.
This is fantastic.
Thank you. Isn't that yummy?
Oh, that's
Well,
divine.
unfortunately, speaking of time, I'm all out on this one. Thank you so
No,
much.
honey, no, it's not time to go yet.
we've got 3 minutes left in the whole.
Well, here,
Wait, I'm taking a piece of this.
And look at the cheesecake cupcakes.
Mixture
and the peppermint.
when we come back.
Peppermint.
Peppermint bark.